Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are finally on the final stretch of this declutter. So if you haven't been following along, I will link the videos for you below. I have been steadily trying to get my makeup collection down to kind of just the stuff that I really want to keep. It was rough in sections and I tried to do it in categories, and I finally finished with the lip products, which I'd been putting off for the longest time. I did it on a live and it was more than 2 hours of me going through, swatching, trying things on my face. It was a lot, but I got rid of so much stuff, which we will talk about in this video. I also want to pull everything out of everywhere and reorganize all these drawers. I want everything accessible. I want everything at hand from sitting here, and we're going to do that today. I'm honestly not sure where to begin. I do have a couple of boxes of things that I haven't gone through. Well, nothing's organized. I suppose that's the whole point. Maybe I'll get out the drawers. I actually don't really want to get this drawer out, so I think I'm just going to get out all of the little pieces. And then this is the main drawer. This is going to be like my everyday makeup drawer. This is the one that I want to be the most organized, but I'm not totally confident that I can pull this out because I've done a bit of a MacGyver on it. I'll show you how I've connected this whole thing together. It's not entirely, well, it's definitely not as it was once. And I'm using some really heavy duty runners to connect it to other pieces of furniture that the drawer didn't come with. It's actually probably smart to start with all this stuff, because this stuff plus this is kind of all the makeup that has managed to keep its way into my rotation. So maybe I should go through this, see whether or not there's anything that could go, and then replace this stuff before I get into all the other things. Ooh, this has leaked. So some of this stuff is going to be oily, which is not ideal. Look what I found! For those of you who've been following along, I bought this ages ago. It's a NARS Sex Appeal replacement because my other one is out and I lost the new one. Found it. So I'm going to separate this stuff out into categories. Job one. I have my piles now, and so I'm going to pull out this box because this box has products I found while I was cleaning up my office that didn't have a home. I mean, this is like a lot of stuff in here. I had to take my sweatshirt off because I was getting warm. Right, so I'm going to just like throw all the hair stuff over there. That can be its own category. Skincare is already overflowing, so I'll just pop it in this little cubby. And then all the other makeup comes into the middle because this is stuff that potentially I haven't picked through while I was decluttering. Right, within this box was this basket. So I managed to get to the end. Still got to go through that, but I think I'm going to put all the skincare in here. What is this? Oh, it's like a little microfiber cloth, just to get it out of the way. That is not the purpose of this video. Anything skincare, we're going to go over at a different time. Although, as I'm going through this stuff, I'm like, I forgot I had half this stuff. There's things in here, especially, like, let me show you this. Years ago I was sent this. It's probably not good anymore. Oh, it's definitely not good. That's a shame, because this was beautiful. It's the Bobbi Brown Extra Illuminating Moisture Balm. Let me see. It might have just separated. It might be okay. It was the most beautiful. I mean, it kind of smells okay, but it definitely was thicker than this. So I mean, it's for my body. I may still use it on my legs. This would have been so expensive. Like, I never in a million years would have bought this. And I think that, alongside a lot of stuff over the years, I kind of put to one side because I had a real issue with talking about products that I would never buy because they were so expensive. I realise now that there is value in that, because there are things that I would purchase, that I would think, yeah, okay, I'll spend that extra little bit of money on that you would never. And we all have our own like sliding scale of what we would be prepared to treat ourselves with. And it would still be useful to tell you, right, so I have this thing. This to me is astronomically priced, and I would never buy it because to me that isn't worth it, but maybe it is to you, and give you a review with that disclaimer. So, you know, I wasted a lot of things is what I'm telling you. I pulled out my this is my box of decluttered makeup from before. So anything that I find now, like that, that's made its way into the collection, I can just kind of throw into there. So I've kind of got a pretty much a handle on my categories. Then in here, let me move, I've been poorly, so I've got like random, this is a facial steamer. In here, I've got lips. Really, can you see that? Wait, there you go. I'm really, really happy with this. I'm happy that it all fits in the little hexagons, and I don't think that I'm going to find more lip products than fit in there. And if I do, I'm going to declutter them. That's the rule. This is random stuff. This is eye stuff. This is masks. Quite like that I've got a drawer for masks. This is palettes as well. I also found a lot of fragrances and like sprays for the house and stuff, so I've put them to one side. Before my hair dries too much, I'm just going to dry it. I found my, again, this is the beauty of cleaning up my office, because I've been looking for this since I cut my hair short, finally found it. I am actually going to have it trimmed because it's short in the back and like much longer in the front, and I want it to grow out a bit more evenly, so I'm going to have it like all one length. It makes so much difference, and it's like little to no effort. It's just time, but it's so much easier to blow dry your hair with one of those things. I actually nearly repurchased one, but I was just so sure I was going to find it and then be really annoyed to have spent £50, because they're still not cheap. It's the Big Hair by Babyliss, and I've had that for more than 10 years. Back to the task at hand. What do I actually want to be in my everyday makeup drawer? That's the real question. I actually have no idea. What do I want to be here, like at hand all the time? Do I want this to be filled with makeup, like as much makeup as I can get in here and I can pick from? Or do I just want this to be like, this was my shop, my stash, and maybe split this into 50% makeup, 50% like other desk stuff? Because I have other things on my desk that could do with maybe being hidden away. That would be nice. Also, as an untidy person, one rule that I absolutely do believe is true is you can't start with clutter. So if I start with already too much makeup, more makeup than I really need, then every time I add a little bit too much, it's going to become overwhelming. Whereas if I start with the bare minimum, even if it gets a little bit too much, it's never going to get to that state of like, oh, I can't deal with this. In the house, that rule would be like not too many decorations on a side, because if I have 3 or 4 little decorative pieces and then I put down something that is actual mess, the whole thing looks like, oh my God, it's such a mess. You have to be a little bit more, not minimalist, I'm never going to be a minimalist, but like seemingly, you know, you have to be careful about like what is on display. I'm going to do like a shop my stash, and I'm going to kick off with this because this is all base. So anything that I would want, from foundation to blush and powder, that should all be in here. So I'm just going to pick from this box the things that I feel like I will really want to use. Not the things like, oh, occasionally I might want to use, but like every single day, there's a possibility I might use that. Ooh, I know what's coming straight in there. The NARS, very exciting. I was using this one for quite a while, the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores in Je ne sais quoi. They're quite different. I mean, maybe I could keep both, maybe. But I'm going to put this in here because I want to see really how much I like it compared to the old one, which I also have in here, which I'll put in there just, again, because we're going to be comparing them. This, I found my other Bobbi Brown colour corrector, which is great. These last so long. I really thought I would have been out of this by now. I really like these. They are creamy and thick, but they are not unflattering. They don't settle. Some of my favourite concealer products, so I'm going to put that in there as like base. In terms of foundation, I was using this a lot over the summertime, the NARS tinted skin, tinted moisturiser. Really liked that, but I want to try something different. I'm going to pull out my Hydra Luminous from number 7 because I feel a little more hydration. And I was also using, is it in here? Where have I put it? It was here, I just couldn't see it was underneath things. This Purito Cica Clearing BB Cream. This I've been really enjoying. But again, in the interest of switching things up a little bit, I'll try something different. I'm going to pull out these. I feel like a combination of these two shades are the right thing for me. So I'm going to put those in there as like a heavier alternative. These, I'll put this one because it's fuller in with the regular makeup. Because this, I felt like it was done ages ago. I think I might have even said in an empties, like, I'm done with this. But it keeps giving more. It's the Flawless Beauty Primer from Pixi. I've talked about this a ton. It is definitely not going to be for everyone because it does have a little bit of colour to it, like a little bit of coverage. and it only comes in one shade. But if it works with your complexion, it is really beautiful. It's like a gorgeous, just a gleam to the skin. I'd be very interested to see what that looks like on much paler and much darker complexions, because I feel like that is not for everyone, and I don't think that they do different shades. So I'll put this in there because I use this almost every day. Same with this, the Pixie. Oh no, this is out. This must be my empties one, so I don't know where. Unless, oh my God, if that's spilled, I'm going to be absolutely devastated because I love it so much. Oh, it's not the same. The vitamin C primer, I thought this was. This is the Essence Rose Oil, which I also like, but that's not what this is. So where that is, I have no idea. I'll find it, and then it'll go in my everyday makeup stuff. Blush-wise, I've actually been reaching for this every day. This is the Flush Balm from Merit in Beverly Hills. It's just the ease of it. I don't know how I'm going to like this over time, but I just like whack it on my face and blend it out a bit, and it's kind of done. It's so easy. I know that's the whole thing of Merit, but it really is so easy. Also, now I'm thinking of it, there's lots of things I'm missing. I don't have the Merit, you know, the foundation stick. I need to go through my handbags. That's a separate video. We'll do that later. But there are things that, unfortunately, because I love them so much, I put them on and then I throw them in a handbag because I want them for touch-ups while I'm out and about. And then I never see them again because I don't use that handbag again for like 6 months. Anyway, this is going in my everyday. Oh, that can go in the blush section. And shall we do this? Yes, I think I will. I haven't used one of these in a while. I'll do the Beauty Pie liquid bronzer, and I think everything else I might need, especially because I've got the Christmas party coming up. I'm going to put in the Hourglass powder, the what's the word? Loose powder, and one of these MAC powders is fuller than the other. One of them is nearly dead. Okay, it's this one. I'll put that one in there as well. I think that's going to be it. I think the rest of it is going to go into a drawer for, we'll pull this out as and when, but I don't need it every single day. Eyes. So this is not palettes. We'll get to that. This is just like pencils, liners, brows, any individual eyeshadows, that kind of thing. Let's pull this out for that one because I don't think there's going to need to be tons of stuff in here. I don't do a lot of eye these days. I will pick out this. This is the NYX HD eye primer. If I'm going to use an eye primer, this is the one that I use. It's just the best one. I have in here, I don't think I've ever used this. This is a Lancome mascara. This might have been the first time I've opened this, and now I'll have to use it. So I'll put that in there. Oh, I got this liquid liner. This looks beaten up, and I only bought this in the summertime. I bought this liquid liner, and I'll tell you why. It's the tattoo liner from Maybelline, and I remember this being amazing. I remember it being so good that I went swimming, and my eyeliner stayed on, and it was like so black, and it was really thick. And then I used it and was like, this is not what I remember it being. Am I mixing this up? Did 17 do a tattoo liquid liner before 17 was defunct? Did 17 do a liquid liner that was amazing? Because I don't think this is it at all. I was not impressed by this. I'm going to put it in because I want to see if I can get some use from it, and if not, I may toss it because I have one other liquid liner in here, and I only really kept this to have a liquid liner, but I don't really like this either. It's just not for me. I also found this in my organising of everything, which I'm really happy because I bought this specifically to do powder liner. So it's just a really, really deep, dark brown. And I like to do like a smudgy liner. It's just a little bit easier, a little bit more flattering. And when I say flattering, I'm not talking about like for wrinkles and stuff. I mean, it's more flattering because you can put a softer line, and if it smudges a little bit, it doesn't look terrible. It's also more forgiving. It's just better. You know, sometimes when you put on like a heavy makeup, it looks great at first. A couple of hours later, you look in the mirror and you're like, I wish I could do this whole thing again, but I'm out. I'm aiming for, when I say flattering, makeup that lasts well, is forgiving when I apply it, and over time looks nice, you know? I don't think anything else that's in there is going in the everyday. This is so beautiful. Again, I can't wait to do Christmas makeup. I might do some videos of like, here's what I could do, you know, like Christmas makeup trial. Look how beautiful this is, like the sparkle. It's so gorgeous, but not needed for every day. I do have, my best friend wears sparkle every day and I love her for it. I wish I could. Oh, this is great. Sephora brow pencil with loads in it. I've just run out of my NYX one and I was gonna buy another, especially with it being Black Friday. But listen, I've got Christmas presents to buy and I just don't want to spend the money on stuff right now. I keep almost buying things. Invisible lash glue. I'll save it in case, but I never use lashes. Same as like I've got some glitter and other things in here. This is the ABH. This was too dark. I just went crazy when I bought this. It's way too dark. But I saw the other day someone say that they used theirs as liquid liner. So I'm going to put that in for the same reason that I used that little sleek mini. I'm going to see if I can use it as liquid liner instead. Yeah, I was just like, there's things that I want to buy, things that I actually could do with replacing. But at the same time, I don't have all the disposable income in the world and I don't, you know, I'd rather just spend it on Christmas presents right now and then next month we'll see what I've got left. And so yeah, finding things to replace things is a winner. This is amazing for Christmas. If they ever bring these back, I don't care what disposable income I've got. If they ever bring these back for Christmas, and I'm going to check right now if they have, the Chanel Ombre, what were they called? Oh, just look at it. It's like, it's not a powder. It was like a creamy gel powder. And it's a little drier now, but it was called Illusoire. Illusion d'Ombre. That's what they were called. Again, doesn't go in my everyday, but 100% kept. Smog from Urban Decay. I don't really need any more individual eyeshadows because I'm going to put a palette in with my everyday stuff. I also bought this, which was a mistake. Everything I bought from Anastasia Brows was a mistake. This is the, I thought this was Brow Fix. This is just clear brow gel. And as a clear brow gel, it's fine. Thankfully, I bought the mini, but I was expecting miracles because I'd heard this amazing thing about like their brow freeze. Sorry, I had to have a full coughing fit. And yeah, it wasn't that. So it wasn't really fair for me to compare it to what it wasn't, but I'm going to put that in there and just see if I get any use from it. What else do we have in here? Liners, let's see. I think I'm going to, also I do want to do a little honourable mention to these Gen C liquid eyeshadows are really fantastic. This one particularly I used a lot in the summertime. You kind of blend it out and again it feels a bit cream to powder, but it lasts longer than a powder eyeshadow. It's really, really nice, but I don't need it every day. I'm going to put in 1 or 2 pencil liners, I think. Ooh, I'll do, have I got the satin? Because that was my favourite one of these. These came in a trio. Here we go. These were a trio. I don't know if they're still available. The Physicians Formula gel liners. These have been some of my most used products, just hands down, like probably top 10 of all time. I would repurchase these in a heartbeat. They are, why is one, oh, it's probably missing something. Yeah, it's missing something off the end. Was that like a sharpener or something? What was the, oh yeah, it is a sharpener. I didn't even know that was there. Huh, anyway. They're a trio of gel liners. It's like sparkly, matte and satin, and they are amazing. They're so creamy, even years later. So if they still make them, I would recommend. But the satin one was my favourite. Is it this one? Yes. So I'm going to put that one in there. And shall I do something a bit more fun as well, like a green or a gold? I want to do the green. This is the Mildew from Urban Decay. Probably don't even make that anymore. Right, and the rest of it, I'm just going to put back. This will go in the collection drawers. I have just remembered that I've got my main makeup stuff in the bathroom at the moment, so that's why I'm missing some things. We'll get to that as well. So I've got these brushes, which I'll go through and see what I actually need because you can't even see them. They're not even in the shop. These brushes, I'll see what I actually need to keep because definitely not all of them. And then lip liners. This is going to be hard. This is going to be tricky, but again, we'll come to that. So far we have eyes, plus I do have, 1 minute, we go. Here are the things that have made it back in from the bathroom. This is the Merit, what is it called, like 90s brow? Volumizing pomade. I want to say this might even be 80s brow. I quite like this. So I've got that. The Lash Idol from Lancome, which is my current mascara of choice. I also have the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, which I've been using when I put my oil on my face, and then I put this on over the top. I blend it out instead of using a foundation, and it's so nice. And then also this I've been using as a lip and a cheek from Nude Sticks. I would quite like to try some more stuff from Nude Sticks, but again, I'm really trying not to buy stuff at the moment that I don't need. And that was one of the things that motivated me to make this video today, just to remind me that I have tons of stuff and I don't need to buy more. So we've got eyes. What else do we have? Oh, it's down here. We've got, oh, I also found this that I forgot that I had. And this is brand new. Rose Flash Bomb from Pixi. So I'm definitely going to put that in with my regular stuff. So we've got eyes. We've got, this is going to be base. So let's say all of that is base, I suppose. And then this is like cheek colour stuff. Maybe I could do with like a highlight. Oh, no, I don't really need a highlight because I've got this. That's what this would be. So maybe I'll put that in with there. Anyway, that's what I've got so far, plus this little concealer, plus this mascara, and my lash curlers, and my Merit Brow Gel. This is going to go in with the lip thing when I finally... It's going to be so hard to narrow that down. So lip liners. I could really do with swatching all of these, and that is not a job for today. They also need sharpening. I'm going to leave them all here for now, and we will at some point get to that, because that's too much for today. Palettes. This, I feel like I did a pretty good job of narrowing down before. What was this? Oh, this is like a cheek palette, I remember. I didn't get rid of that because I know I've had that and gotten rid of it before. I'm loathed to make this the palette that I keep, but realistically, I think it's probably my most used palette. It's the Natural Eyes from Too Faced, which I do believe has been discontinued, which is very upsetting because it's just amazing. I think this is going to be it. This is going to be my palette that I put in with my regular everyday stuff. I also do have down here some MAC stuff. Maybe I could kind of mess around with like making my own MAC palette again. I don't know, but I'm just going to have this. Lips difficult, but look how, I mean, if you didn't see that video, look how many lipsticks I have left. Again, there are probably some scattered around in handbags, but this was so many. This was so many. And this is everything. This is all I've got left, and they all fit with space to fill, probably with those lipsticks that I find elsewhere. But still, I think this is incredible. So, this was like 100% one. And I'll tell you why, that you can't get this anymore. But I think this is going to be really, really similar to the Refi blurred lip liner that I've had my eye on. It's very, very similar, I think. So I'm going to put that in my everyday collection. When I was swatching, I remember really liking this, the Glossier Zip. I feel like I didn't like it as much. I bought the new version. I didn't like it as much as the old one. And then I swatched it and was like, I do quite like it. So maybe my tastes have changed. What else? Ooh, this, the Caramel No. 7 Hydroluminous Lip Balm. Maybe I do need to put a couple of the lip tints in there. I'll do Bare Blackberry from Bobbi Brown. And should we do like a colour? I suppose the Glossier one is a colour. This is something that I'd like to try and swap out a little bit more often. What is this? Oh no, I don't want that. I don't want a liquid lip. I want more... oh, maybe... What do we have from MAC? I'm not doing MAC, I'm doing this because I'm remembering this was fantastic. When I swatched it, I'll show you. Also a gloss, we need a gloss. So let's do, also, no. See, this is the hardest part. This is the hardest decision. I'm gonna choose this Urban Decay lip gloss. So this is from a brand called Uoma. Is this? Yeah, from a brand called Uoma in Feminist, right? And you see, look at the bullet already is like, wow. Amazing, holographic, but kind of off-putting. And then even when you swatch it, it looks super dark. And then when you put it on, I don't know how I've got a dog hair on my hand, but I have. When you put it on, it's actually quite sheer. So I've been putting this over the top of many a lip liner to kind of like give it a finish really like it. I'm going to see if this is still available. Uoma Feminist. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it was. It looks like it was from a collection called Hypnotic. And they were all like this. I mean, this is so old. I had never even swatched it. I found it in amongst lots of little mini sample things. And now I'm so disappointed. I mean, when was the last time you finished a lipstick? So I'm probably going to get a lot from this, but I would have liked a full size. I just threw the lipsticks and the gloss in on top of the liners because they're kind of the same category. I was going to say the same character, same category. Now I'm going to split the brushes that I've got into face and eye, and from there hopefully I'll make some decisions. I also massively need to clean these brushes. Maybe we'll do that today. It's the eye brushes that I need to narrow down. I don't even know how I've ended up with this many eye brushes in this drawer. That was trickier cut than I thought it might be. I also found these, which I think will fit better. So I've now got eye brushes and face brushes. And I had some spare ones of these, ones like this, back there to fill that space. So now when I move around, these don't like slide all the way back. So I've got my 4 categories, then I've got my brushes in the front, leaving this whole half of a drawer free. So as well as this, which again, empty half drawer, this is just everything. I have my little drawer next to me, which the only thing I've got in this, I've got 4 drawers here. The only thing I've got in here that's makeup is I've got these setting sprays, and all of these need to be washed. I think I'm going to put them in the washing machine. And you know, like in an underwear bag, like a mesh bag. What do you think? Then I put everything else away. So this is eyes, that's all my palettes. That is any kind of liners, mascaras, any single shadows. This is face. So again, I've got some random palettes that were face palettes that I didn't even know I had because they were always in with my eye palettes. So now they're in here. I've even got an old Halloween palette, which I refuse to get rid of because what if? I don't have to buy that again. Any powders, any kind of like primary type things went in there. And then in the front, I've got all colour. So like bronzers, blushes, highlights, that kind of thing. And then finally is the lipsticks. That's it. That's everything. I didn't have my mic on then, so I don't know what the sound was like. Hopefully okay. Especially because I feel like I'm not firing on all cylinders today. I don't know how I'm projecting my voice. Also, this might not seem like that's it. That might seem like a lot of stuff. But if you've been following me for a long time, there was definitely a period there where I was going down that overconsumption track. Just drawers and drawers and drawers and drawers. And now I feel really good about this. I have a big box of things that I'm going to have my friends pick over. And I'm just going to, you know, like in phases. Eventually it will all go. And then anything that's left over is just going to be trashed, honestly. I'm not bringing stuff in like I used to. I'm not accepting PR like I used to. Most of the PR I get is skincare, which feels a little bit more consumable than makeup. And yeah, overall, I feel really good about it. So anyway, because I want to show you the final... This is the whole desk, especially because I kind of DIY'd this desk. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to really clean up this room, and then we'll do the final, here's what it looks like. And I'll show you the box of stuff I'm getting rid of. Okay, get ready, because this is for real the place that I sit and work at all the time. So I recognize it's a lot, but this is just what works for me. So I wanted to make an extra long desk because I have my actual computer. So the monitors that are right in front of my chair there, that's for my actual job. And then I've got my laptop down there that connects to those monitors. And then I've got a second computer, which obviously is for editing and whatever else I use it for, like my personal computer. And then I've got the printer on the end, which we use for our candle business, which, to be fair, could probably do with moving slightly further towards the computers. Anyway, the desk that I had before, I've had a couple of different desks. I did have a standing desk, which I loved. The problem I had with that was it couldn't be flush to the wall because of the size of it and because of where the window is. It felt like it was taking up too much space for the space that I had. And then I had a, what's it called? You know, the Malm dressing table, which is what this drawer is from IKEA. Really loved that, but it just wasn't quite the right height for being used as a desk. So what I have now is 2 Kallax units. I've got one of those on each side. I've then got a desktop you know, the long desktop from IKEA on the top. And I've connected the drawer that came from the Malm dressing table to the Kallax units. I just bought some like heavy duty runners, and it's now connected as if it's all one thing. So if you took off this desktop, it would just be an open drawer. There's nothing else on top of that. But honestly, it feels kind of ingenious for me. This is the exact right amount of space for me. I can kind of move over if I want to have a little bit more space. If I've got too much stuff going over here, I move over here. For someone who is like a bit all over the place, this is the exact right setup. I also have lots of drawers, obviously, and then drawers on the other side. And then over here, this behind me is basically my wardrobe. I can't remember what this is called, but I was so impressed by it when I put it together. It was so easy to put together. I would highly recommend it if you were going to do like a walk-in wardrobe situation. I'll link it for you below. Then I've just got some storage for some shoes below, and this is kind of a bit of lots of things are happening over here. The top bit is where I keep my empties. I've got some PR stuff that I've been holding on to because I might do like a PR unboxing. I don't think maybe I've done that a long time ago, but not for a very long time. And then down here, this is way more organised than it used to be because I've got the things in the drawers labelled. So at the bottom, I've got small leather goods and jewellery and sunglasses and stuff. I've got collectibles and keepsakes. Things that I don't need all the time, but I don't want to get rid of, and I know they're all in one place. Disney stuff is like ears, fans, anything that could be Disney t-shirts and stuff like that I don't want to be with other things, but they're there. This box is where I keep all of my makeup bags, which who needs? Seriously, a whole box full of makeup bags. Who needs all of that? What have I got in here? I can't remember. Oh, this is empty. Wow, an empty box. This is the skincare that I talked about earlier, so I've put all my skincare that we found today in there. That's for another time. Also got some drawers here. This is nail stuff. I think the rest of them might be empty or... Oh no, here we go. Fake tan. This, also you could smell the fake tan as soon as you open that drawer. This is going to go on the tree. I bought this from Sheer, which is the place that they filmed The Holiday. If you didn't see my vlog, this was my little souvenir from there. Souvenir from Sheer. That's an empty drawer and another empty drawer. I know someone will give me some flack about wiring, so I will tell you that the thing I've got down here, the like bank of, what's it called? The extension cord that I've got down here. This is an extension cord that I only use when I am in the room and filming. It's actually it's usually connected to two lights is the word I'm looking for, but the other one I've taken downstairs because I was taking pictures of our Christmas candle photography stuff. So from here I can press this button and the light goes off. Magic! It was all connected to the lights, and then it also means that I can use that power bank for like hair tools or whatever else I'm using, but that isn't on all the time. So the wires that you saw underneath my desk, that's kind of like a spare power bank, mostly to control can I get it? The lights. I used to have a controller that did actually like a remote control, but the remote control broke. It just deteriorated. The batteries inside deteriorated. And I can't find a replacement for these. That was fantastic. And I was trying to find a replacement-ish. And this was my solution, to put them on a power bank or a bank of an extension strip. Honestly, what are those things called? Yeah, that was my solution. And I think it works quite well. So now I have around me my very modest collection of... Here, I've just done my makeup from it today. And I did the eyeliner with the Anastasia brow thing. I used my L'Oreal crayon instead of the thing that I want to buy from Refi that I'm not going to buy. I used my new NARS blush. I also... There was just like... It felt like newness and exciting. I found a couple more brow pencils that I didn't know I had. I thought, well, let's use these up before I buy any more. It's exciting. It's exciting, and I think it's a really good thing to do if, like me, you are trying to pull back the spending, especially as it gets closer to Christmas, especially at this time of year where it's just like sales, sales, sales. Everybody's talking about the thing that you need. You need to buy this because otherwise it's going to be this price, and Realistically, you don't need any of those things. If you can get a deal on something that you were already buying for someone for Christmas, then fantastic. But this is not the time of year to splurge on ourselves for things that we don't need, It's just not. Or at least for me, it's just not. And this was a really good exercise to do this week specifically, because we're about to be, we're already being, but I feel like it's only going to get worse as the week progresses to get like Black Friday madness. So hopefully this was a little bit of an inspiring chat for, I hope I was inspiring, you know what I mean? I hope that this was kind of encouraging for those of you who have been trying to not just go through your stuff, reorganize everything. It'll feel new. You'll find things you forgot you had. And I think that this probably applies to everything. I'm going to do it with my clothes, because I had started making these like Pinterest boards of I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. In fact, just above my head here, just above my desk, I've made myself a new inspiration board, and this was based on a lot of Pinterest ideas that I'd found. And it's just like this is kind of what I have in mind when I'm getting ready, when I'm dressing, when I'm styling myself. And I started on that Pinterest board and I was like, right, I'm going to need XYZ to make these outfits. And I started pulling things down from my wardrobe. Like, I've got to get rid of some things. If I buy new things, I've got to make space. And as I was doing that, I was finding things I forgot I had. I was like, well, that would work for this and this would work. And I think in the end, I ended up buying one pair of leopard print jeans from Vinted. Time will tell how they look. But everything else, I feel like I've pretty much got it. And I would have potentially gone on a bit of a tear on ASOS or gone to Primark and been like, yeah, this is fine. I'm like re-energizing my wardrobe for winter. I don't do huge declutters of my closet. I don't throw things away on a regular basis. I keep a lot of stuff, and especially things that I really like, even if it's not the trend anymore. I just keep it because I think I've had this for about 10 years. I just found this and I loved it. I wore it and I forgot it existed. But because I don't get rid of things and I keep the things I really love, even though they've gone out of style, it's nice to years later find them again and be like, well, I kind of have a new winter wardrobe of things I did like and looked nice on me. And I haven't worn them for a long time, so it feels new. So yeah, apply this to wherever you need to. Hope this was a way of keeping you company while you did something entertaining or informative. And if it was, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.